Hey friends, welcome back to the channel with another movie reaction. Today we are starting the Rush Hour series, and I'm very excited for this because I haven't seen a lot of Jackie Chan films. I think I've only seen Shanghai Noon and Shanghai Nights, and that was like because I tagged along with a friend who wanted to see them in theaters. And it was a lot of fun, but I just never had a chance to watch more. My parents didn't rent a lot of Kung Fu movies when I was younger. I actually haven't seen any Bruce Lee films, so that's something I'll have to rectify at some point. And I did watch Jackie Chan Adventures, though, the TV show, the cartoon. That was a lot of fun. I caught episodes sporadically, so I don't know like the general, how the whole storyline played out, but it was a lot of fun whenever I caught an episode. Actually haven't seen Chris Tucker in anything before, so that's going to be a treat. And yeah, I don't think I've seen a piece of media before where it stars an Asian lead and a black lead, so our communities actually have a lot of tension between them, so it'll be interesting to see how that is played out in this movie. Anyway, guys, I'm excited to start. If you want to watch the full reaction, check out Patreon in the link in the description below. Otherwise, take a quick moment to leave a like, and let's get started.
Hong Kong forever. To Hong Kong. Forever.
Huh. For some reason, I got a bad vibe from the guy who was like, Hong Kong forever first. Ouch. The translation's so bad. No. Whoa.
That's tight. That's beautiful. That's nice. What's that?
What? Oh. He jumped out. I don't think that was necessary, man.
Guess what, man? I forgot to tell you. I'm LAPD. You under arrest.
Is there a problem, officer?
Oh,
No problem.
what?
Just rush hour.
I'm Warren Russ with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. This is Agent Whitney. We need to speak with you in private, sir.
The worst nightmare for a parent.
I would like one of my people to help.
Well, let me show you, Con.
My daughter, she is not an American.
I understand that, sir, but
He's already on the plane.
what can we do? He's on his way. Call the field office, have him send over a rookie. Pretend to follow some leads, show him some sights.
Wow.
Our way.
Distract
You
him.
want to do that to him? Your assignment is Lee.
Who is Lee and what kind of assignment is that?
Now, his plane arrives in an hour. We want to make a good impression, Carter.
Please tell me you speak English. I'm Detective Carter.
He must know some English, otherwise how are they gonna shoot this movie?
For the FBI, they don't know who they playing with. I'm gonna solve this case myself. That's right.
Was that enough of a hint for him to figure out that he's being
But I want
distracted?
to know first. You don't know his name.
$45, I don't know his
For
name.
$45.
For $45?
Tell me something.
I don't know nothing for $45.
Stucky, you don't.
And he's gone. Bye-bye.
Get out of the car now! Where you think you're going, huh? This is mind your own business, old man. Stay in the car.
Ooh. Oh my god, he has a gun.
Drop your guns.
I'm just showing him how to take a gun from a suspect.
He speak English.
All of a sudden, you speaking English now, huh?
I like to let people talk who like to talk. It makes it easier to find out how full of shit they are.
Oof.
Look, you can back me up. When we get in here, you follow my lead and do what I do. What's up, my nigga?
What's up?
No answer.
Carter, put the gun down.
Man, don't act like you know me. You don't know me.
I think he's playing Lee.
Go outside.
He's playing.
What's up, my nigga?
No! No!
say?
No! Oh god. For someone who doesn't want trouble, he's getting a lot of it.
Just let me go in here and get something to eat. When I come back out, I'm gonna take you wherever you wanna go. Okay?
Okay.
Shake on it.
You don't believe that. Oh.
What are you doing?
Is he still gone somehow?
I got you a beef and bean burrito.
He took the wheel. He took the wheel. He's gonna fight his way in.
Is everything all right?
Be safer on the second floor.
Oh, damn.
对不起，我来晚了。
Mr. Russ, I think there has been a misunderstanding.
Who's this?
Oh.
Hello?
Am I speaking with FBI?
Give me the phone.
The FBI? Yeah, this the FBI.
The drop will be made tonight, 11 p.m. The amount will be $50 million.
We got 620 South Broadway downtown.
You're just gonna scale the building?
I'm not going to the building.
Yeah, you right. You right. Let's go tell him. Come on.
It's a rig to blow. Oh, he's just...
Russ, you must put your man back.
Did they rig it to blow? That would be pretty dark.
Sir, if you were asking for $50 million, would you be in a place like that?
Did I come at a bad time? Please just take a look at this for a second. We found this on one of the kidnappers. Tell me something about this I don't know, okay? Come on.
It's a remote. Could be nitro cap, could be cross delay. Definitely not homemade, definitely not American. I mean, it could open up a garage door or blow up some C4.
C4.
What the hell do you want?
I just came out here and bring you a gift. Well, you got a lot of time on your hands. I brought you a little toy to play with.
You really think I'm stupid, don't you?
Stupid enough to get busted.
You want me to put my fingerprints on that so you can frame me?
She's only 11 years old. I don't want her to die. Look at the picture.
Heartfelt plea actually worked.
Guy's name is Jun Tao. I never seen him. Do yourself a favor, get rid of this guy. He's gonna get you killed.
Five, thank you, man.
What it is a good for? Absolutely nothing. Good God, you all.
You all is y'all. Let me show your goofy ass how to do this.
They're bonding. Oh. Oh my god. There we go.
If anything go wrong, you bust in like the LAPD.
He's black.
This won't work. I'm not 6'1".
Yes, it will.
Yeah, not
It's
6'1".
all about attitude.
大上来。
Wait.
Oh, yeah. I was right earlier about him having a weird look. An evil look almost, when he said Hong Kong forever. What is that? Sleeping agent? Poison? Oh, the necklace.
What's up, man? What y'all watching? We'll knock that yellow. Which one of y'all kicked me?
Me. 你过来一下。
And he's the waiter now.
Come on. LAPD.
Oh. Carter, be more useful. There we go. Oh. Teamwork. The 50 million isn't getting dropped off here anymore.
Hey, man, you with me? Hey.
He's with me. Aww.
我只能依赖 FBI 把苏阳找回来。他们送你去机场。
Thomas.
Sit right next to him. What's up?
What are you doing here? You're ashamed of being a police officer. You dishonor your father's name.
Look, you don't know nothing about my father. My father was killed making a routine traffic stop in broad daylight by some punk who didn't want no ticket.
You believe your father wasted his life, that he died for nothing?
You proved me wrong.
FBI didn't say, like, don't let these bozos in through the front door.
Hey, wait a minute. I seen that guy at that Chinese restaurant.
He saw him. He did. He did.
俊涛，
6 blocks of C4 are wired to your daughter in a car outside. Our transportation will be here shortly.
Carter. He went out back to get the dog. He went out back to get the daughter.
Cops all over this place.
Oh, yeah. He checked it. He's like, huh? Yeah. Oh, she does have the... Are you for real?
Come on. Push the button. Come on.
He obviously can't.
Where you going?
Oh.
It's okay. She's professional. We must take the vest off. Haven't you done this before?
It's a little different in the practice room.
And you failed in the practice room. We're good? We're good? Here's the bomb.
No, that ain't the bomb. Get that bomb away from me. Get the bomb out.
Oh no, 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 no. That's expensive. It's heritage. It's... Oh no! That was exhausting to watch. Oh, come on! Oh, oh, oh. It's Kristen. Thank you, God. You dead.
Hang on for about an hour. I'm gonna go get
An hour?
I'll be right back. What are you doing? Just hang on, man. I'll be right back. I was just playing.
We don't have time for this.
I just being polite.
Time to be polite to my nuts.
What?
Sorry.
Oh. I thought he meant kissing him was being polite, so he told him to kiss his nut. Never mind. I misunderstood. Why'd you take so long?
Look who's here.
What took you so long?
I knew it. I knew it.
Whoa.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no. Stewardess.
Listen to me.
Yeah. Oh.
Don't move. Don't smile.
Don't smile.
See how difficult is that? My English even cannot say 3 words.
Alright, this was a lot of fun. It's not like a masterpiece of theater or anything, but just very, very extremely enjoyable. And I had never heard Chris Tucker speak before, so his voice caught me by surprise. It's so high-pitched. Definitely added to the comedy of this film. And Carter doing all those Michael Jackson moves and all around being a bit of a loose cannon was very entertaining for sure. And with Lee, I'll say that all the Chinese American immigrants that I know are like super conservative and have a like keep your head down and grind and don't make too much of a fuss. They have that kind of mentality. And Lee comes off as very stoic and serious at the start of the film, so I thought he would be similar, but he winds up showing off this like goofy, fun-loving side when he and Carter bond, and it's really fun. It actually feels like his personality actually comes out more when he's with Carter as opposed to dealing with everybody else in his life. So yeah, it feels like they were natural partners. And the story that gives our characters an excuse to work together is fine, whatever. Soo Young is a cute kid, but definitely the crux of this film, the best and most entertaining part of this film, has to be Carter and Lee's chemistry. And I think they bring out the best in each other. Carter, for all his bravado and ego, actually wants to be good at his job, so he learns some martial arts from Lee. The scene where he practices taking the gun from Lee, oh my god. He wound up like pointing it at himself. That was fantastically hilarious. And Lee, he's worried as heck about Soo Young, and yet Carter is so loose that it allows Lee to be pretty loose himself, even when the stakes are high. They're over there singing, "Whoa, ha, yeah." And that song, speaking of that song, I just thought it was like random noises, like, "Whoa, ha, yeah." Like, what was it good for? Like, absolutely nothing. I didn't know that the song was about war, so that's kind of a testament to how much Jackie Chan was butchering the song that I didn't understand the song was about war until I went and looked it up after the film. And like while I was watching the film, I was just kind of like, what is what good for? Like, what is it good? Oh well, it's catchy. But yeah, now with that added context, what is war good for? Absolutely nothing. Hard agree. And yeah, this movie is just nonstop amusing. I think my first big laugh was when Carter finally caught up to Lee in the taxi, and Lee steals Carter's gun. Carter draws another gun on Lee, and then the taxi driver pulls a gun on both of them, and they just both put their hands up and let their gun dangle at the same time. Because at that point, it's totally out of control. They, as cops, they trust each other not to shoot each other, but a taxi driver, like, uh-oh. And Lee finally talks for the first time in English, and then Carter's incredulous expression is just fantastic. It's gold. And yeah, at their next pit stop, Lee using the N-word after Carter was just like, do what I do, say what I say. Inspector Lee was trying to be friendly to the bartender or whoever was working there. I don't remember, it was a bar. And nearly got his ass whooped. Definitely that scene and several scenes with Carter using Asian slurs wouldn't be acceptable in our current political climate, but I'm not gonna knock it too much. I mean, it's realistic that Lee wouldn't know what the N-word is, being from Hong Kong. And actually, I've mentioned this a few times, I think, in other videos, but in Mandarin, the word for that one is nega, or nuga. And that sounds remarkably like the N-word. And I actually heard a news stories once of a Chinese couple flying into the US and talking to each other and being, like, overheard by a black person. So, big misunderstanding since they didn't even know English. And he was just trying to be like, yeah, it was bad. Thankfully, somebody else knew Mandarin and could diffuse the situation, but it's just ridiculous. But yeah, the casual racism and misogyny Carter displays is off-putting, but I get that it's the product of the times. Nothing we can really do about that. But yeah, I guess the biggest laugh was what I mentioned earlier about the other gun stealing moment when Lee is teaching Carter how to take a gun. Carter, to his credit, is a pretty fast learner. Like, he gets it on the second try, but the first try is just too funny. I can't get over it. The fights are really amusing as well. I haven't, like I mentioned before, I haven't seen much Jackie Chan, but I know the trademark is just using everything around him as a weapon, maneuvering around the surroundings to put himself in optimal situations. And yeah, I saw an interview with Nolan North once. He's the guy who plays Nathan Drake in the Uncharted series. And he mentioned how in the fourth game, he had to play Nathan Drake a little differently because Drake is older now, more susceptible to damage, and he's not invulnerable like he was when he was younger. Like, if he falls, he'll take longer to get up, he'll stumble. And with Jackie Chan, I'm like very much reminded of that. He's like this action hero who is, like, he can get hurt really easily. It's just that he's so technically skilled that he can get out of it a lot of the time. And I guess with the recent onslaught of superhero movies as well, we're used to seeing like death-defying action and not a lot of like wincing or vulnerability from our characters unless they're up against like a really powerful villain. So with Jackie, it feels like he's in a constant state of vulnerability, and it's actually really entertaining to watch that because you actually like feel like you feel the danger. And like, it feels like if he suffers one solid hit, his body won't really be able to take it. And so he's constantly on the move, utilizing everything he can to avoid getting hit, while simultaneously using whatever he can to deal as much damage as possible. And it's a lot of fun to watch. The bloopers are actually really great too. I don't think I've ever seen a film that puts bloopers directly after the film, but they were so funny. But yeah. Something I mentioned in the intro was that there is significant tension between the Asian and Black American communities in the real world, and at least in the United States. I don't know how much that holds true elsewhere, and a lot of it has to do in the United States with the model minority myth. A lot of Asian immigrants believe all kinds of nonsense that like white supremacy feeds them, that there is something inherently wrong with Black culture. That is such a popular refrain. They believe that Black people are inherently more violent. I'm not making any of this stuff. Like, absolutely ridiculous things. And I think I've mentioned on this channel before that I've been like in yelling matches with my parents since I was 9 over their anti-Blackness. And I don't know, this film doesn't touch on that particular aspect of anti-Blackness. But just seeing the leads of this film both be people of color, one Asian, one Black, it's such, I don't know, like, how often do big mainstream Hollywood movies do that? Like, I can't think of any off the top of my head. I can't even think of any like smaller movies or shows that have this particular combination. And I think it offers a lot of opportunity for comedy, but it's also really nice to see, especially since to begin with, they were meant to be pitted against each other, but wound up working together really well. And I don't know, I'm going to preempt anyone who wants to go into the comments and say that it's not important to see something like this in fiction by saying, like, just don't bother with those comments. Like, if you saw my Spider-Verse reaction with Stephanie, she's Afro-Latina, and it was great for her. She said it was great for her to see an Afro-Latino superhero in Miles Morales, and yet people in the comments were like, actually, diversity isn't what made this movie good. Like, get the fuck out of here. Anyway, yeah, this movie came out 23 years ago, but I'm watching it now in the year 2021 when both the Asian and Black communities happen to be hurting quite a lot. A lot of Asian American hate crimes. Actually, as I'm recording this, the Derek Chauvin trial is happening right now. And yeah, Black people have died at a disproportional rate by COVID due to a lot of them being frontline workers. And in the middle of all this pain and suffering, and having to hear so much Black racism growing up, it was refreshing for me to watch this film. It's not why I chose it. I didn't have the foresight to realize how this movie would make me feel, but it's really nice. And I mean, there are definitely, like I mentioned before, racist tropes in this film. But at the end of the day, Carter and Lee had each other's backs. Carter didn't even want a partner at the start of the film, and Lee was just there for Soo Young. But they wound up becoming partners and trusting each other, and even taking a vacation by the end of the film together. Like, how sweet is that? So yeah, I think I really, really enjoy this film. I'm going to give it a 9.5. I feel like I'm going to want to come back to it just to watch for fun sometimes. I actually made the scene with Carter taking Lee's gun into a GIF because I love it so much. But yeah, that's basically going to be it this time. There's actually more I want to say about my family's relationship with Black people, but I'll talk more about it another time, maybe in one of the sequels to this film. Speaking of which, I'm going to try to react to these sequels once a month going forward, so one in July and one in August. No promises, because the delays to movie releases during the pandemic is starting to go away, and I feel like we have a lot to fit into the rest of the year. But yeah, I'm definitely excited for the next two films, and I wonder why they stopped making them. Was the third one really bad or didn't do well financially or something? Anyway, yeah, really enjoyed this. Leave a like, really helps with the channel. Full and early reactions on Patreon in the link in the description below. We got a movie reaction every week, so yeah, check that out. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, friends.